Let's pick up where we left off with the supply delivery commendations. Season 11 has made these quests more rare than ever, which is not great for new pirates or for those who have actively ignored these tattered papers. Although they are now extremely rare, they're not impossible to find if you know your islands and your resources. There are currently 2 ways to get these, and neither option is great, so we did a lot of testing to figure out everything we could to share with you. The first option is bottle quests. And I know what you're thinking, bottles were updated with the King's Treasure in Season 11. Yes, that's true, but supply contracts do still exist in these bottle quests. You just have a higher chance of finding the newer stuff, which isn't a bad consolation prize. This brings us to option 2, something that wasn't affected by the Season 11 update and something that we've all walked past unknowingly for years: mysterious journals. Think of mysterious journals as old bottle quests before the page was torn out and put into a bottle, but easier to overlook because they don't have a glint and they're only found on large islands. Our theory was that we could get the RNG to work in our favor for the supply contracts by targeting mysterious journals, and we found some pretty interesting details. Mysterious journals gave us supply quests about 10% of the time, compared to bottle quests, which was closer to only 8% of the time. It's important to note that the expiration dates on these discovered quests are not fixed like cargo runs or animal deliveries. We read somewhere that the expiration date correlated to the type of supply delivery, but that ended up not being true, which is why we don't trust everything we read online. The expiration dates ranged anywhere from 1 to 5 days for kegs, and the same was true for any other type of supply contract. We also heard that the server will stop spawning bottle quests for you after you have 3 in your quest wheel, and that was also not true for quests or mysterious journals. So now you may be wondering how to find mysterious journals, and it's kinda easy but kinda not. My crewmate and I split up to race for the mysterious journals. The race was really underwhelming to say the least. I found 8 journals with 0 supply quests, and Chaos only found 2 journals, but 1 was a Cannonball Crate delivery. And that took us 2 hours. During the race, we used Merfolk's Lullaby to get a general idea of where to find journals, but I accidentally discovered that there are other spawning points that are not included on the map. No shade at all to the website though, it is an amazing resource for so many things. There are just a lot of possible spawn points for journals, and it would be crazy to have them all accounted for. And it at least taught us what to look for to find journals. So we revised our plan, joined forces on the fastest boat in the game, and expanded the search area on islands. Common spawn points are near campfires, riddle landmarks, near barrels or stools, or even among debris along the beaches. Every once in a while, the mysterious journal is going to have a title like Bonson Bill's Tales or something, and it may or may not give you a quest, and I promise I'm not confusing those with Umbra's journals. The best part about journals is not only can you find more than one journal on an island, but you can find multiple journals in the same spot. Before anyone suggests resetting the island to farm the journals by cannoning away to a mermaid or sending yourself to the ferry, that has been patched out. But islands do periodically reset with new journals, and we found this timer to be somewhere around 1.5 to 2 hours. So if you don't necessarily want to server hop for new ones, you don't have to. But if you can't stand your quest wheel overflowing with bounties that you never intend to complete, you can always dive to a new server with any of the new voyages to reset your quest wheel. This is great and all, but remember earlier when I said that we would only get supply quests about 10% of the time? Well, my crewmate is fine with accepting that things are random, but I'm not. I like to find patterns, so I had a few theories that I wanted to test. My first theory was having an active merchant voyage would increase my chances of discovering a supply contract, but the answer was no. Okay, so theory 2. Mysterious journal spawns are random, but the ones with supply contracts are constant with certain spawn points. Also, if this happened to be true, will I get the same supply quest each time, or will the type of supply be left up to RNG? I really wanted this to be true, and I visited the same spots that gave me these quests every time I logged in. But after multiple visits to these locations and realizing that multiple books can spawn in the same spot, we had to conclude that it is truly random and the RNG is just oversaturated with bounty quests. I did notice a small trend though. Contracts for crates of cannonballs, wood, and fruit were more common in bottle quests, but Mysterious Journals had more of a tendency to provide keg contracts, which is nice to know since the Commendation requires 100 keg deliveries. But I'm not sure if I'm forcing a pattern here because these were so hard to find, and I have such limited data to work with here. I did the math. Best case scenario, this is going to take 630 committed hours of scouring islands for journals and bottles to eventually complete these commendations as of the Season 11 update. But that can't really be what Rare intended, right? Right? I'm just a plebe, so I can't persuade Rare to take this concern seriously, but you are amazing, and I believe in you, so I am pleading to anyone who is watching this to join me in asking Rare to change this. The Medley Voyage would be a great spot to add consistent supply deliveries back into the game, or supply deliveries could be mixed into emissary quests, and I don't mean single contracts with just one keg to plunder outpost. No, combine them, make it one fruit crate, one wood crate, one cannonball crate, and 3 kegs. Imagine Grade 5 merchant emissary ships roaming around with multiple kegs on board. Think about it, it would be amazing. Rare, if you are listening, please understand that we appreciate all the hard work that you put into this game. It's been an incredibly fun and unique experience. That being said, how dare you leave us out to dry like this? Putting everything together, no matter what you're doing, always keep your eyes open for Mysterious Journals and bottle quests to find those supply delivery contracts. And when you find them, make sure you're not selling a crate that you purchased at an outpost or it will not count. Be strategic about the lost shipment routes to knock out the Get Wrecked achievement while simultaneously completing Cabin Fever and Manifest Density. Also, don't forget to sell 20 of those manifests to the Reapers. When it comes to cargo and animal contracts, I'd suggest focusing on the animals first while letting the cargo runs come a little bit more passively through bottle quests. And I do not recommend trying to grind any of these. Not only is it not fun, but the outpost cooldowns after a delivery will start to send you across the map to deliver only 2 to 4 animals at a time, making it feel like absolute torture. Even trying to dive for these voyages wasn't a guaranteed way to avoid this, and I just don't have the patience to spend 5 minutes in menus to cycle through voyages until I find one that I like. We found that we were able to get through these a lot faster by completing the 2-animal voyage at a small island and then taking a break for some PvP or a world event, and even stopping by large islands to look for some journals. Then the next voyage we voted on would usually be more reasonable with a nearby island and outpost, and I promise this was way more fun than trying to hard focus on it. Although the executive contract will get you 4 animals instead of 2, you will usually waste more time running around the island trying to find the animals, so it's not really worth it in my opinion. Also, trying to find Mysterious Journals with an animal crate blocking half of your view is pretty frustrating. And with the smaller islands, you'll rack up your nautical miles a lot faster. Finally, get to know the sweet spots for journals. Visit those spots every time you log on. And again, don't miss the chance to find supply runs in bottle quests. Check the shorelines every time you're passing any island or fort. When you find these quests, you need to prioritize them over anything else, and consider pleading to Rare to change this. I hope this answered some questions whether you knew you had them or not. As always, feel free to like, share, comment, or subscribe. I'm still accepting new subscribers. And I am so thankful to have a reason to be working on some of these older commendations that I've been neglecting. So let me know in the comments if there's anything that I missed, or let me know which commendations you're struggling with in the Gold Hoarder faction.
Yeah, I'll take his ship to the other ship. He's got commodities. He's got lots of commodities.
Don't take him to the other ship.
I've already committed.
Oh, I could have sold these at the Sovereign stock. I totally forgot.
firing on the other ship.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of commodities.
I just wish I was over there with you for the action.
Yeah, I know, right?
Is he like second deck or anything?
Yeah, he's second deck, yeah.
Okay.
You saw the keg already?
Oh, I forgot about the keg.
Oh my god. He's done. Sorry guys, we just need the commodities.